Have you ever tried writing a novel? Have you ever played an instrument? Have you ever felt like you have the talent and desire to do whatever it is you wish to do, but you don't feel inspired or motivated enough to do it? The notes you play don't sound right, the words you write are all wrong, and the shapes you paint are not as you picture them? Good. Hold on to that feeling for me. Now, what if I told you that there was a way to boost your creativity and productivity tenfold? What if I told you that there was a way of focusing your talent into your work and make you feel more inspired than ever? What if I told you that as long as you are truly talented, I could guarantee you fame and success? That is a naturally enticing offer, and it seems to be the core concept of American Horror Story's current season. You see, in the small and quiet town of Provincetown, Massachusetts, there is a little black pill called Muse. Once taken, this black pill will channel your talent into your work and inspire you to no end, pushing you to create the best work you could ever create. There won't be a song you can't play or an image you can't draw, and writer's block will become a thing of the past. However, there's a catch. To make up for the surplus inspiration and energy, the pill depletes your body's natural minerals, leaving you thirsty. Thirsty for blood. Sure, you could have 100 rare steaks, or, as the characters in the show have opted, you could drain a living being of their entire blood. And if that catch wasn't enough, there is yet another risk involved in taking Muse. If you take the black pill and you are not talented, you become a husk of your former self, aimlessly wandering and hunting others for their blood. Now, your first reaction is to tell me that you wouldn't take the pill, but think about it for a second, wouldn't you? Is there no part of yourself that, despite the risk of becoming an empty husk and the danger of feeling an unquenchable thirst, would still take the pill? Is there no part of yourself that feels drawn to the promise of realizing untapped potential? That wishes to bring all of your ideas to life? Even if not in a creative fashion, is there no part of yourself that truly believes you're talented and would take those risks if it meant your productivity skyrocketed? Yes, there is that small part in all of us, and that is what makes this season of American Horror Story one of the scariest ones yet. This series has never truly been about monsters. It has been about concepts. The dangers of political extremism and cult mentality, the mistreatment of those in need, or the carelessness humanity shows to our own existence, to name a few. Yet, Red Tide is the only season to tap into the desperation of humanity, our unrelenting desires to express ourselves, our selfishness, and our obsessive fear of failure. You don't need to be a writer like Harry Gardner to understand those feelings and fears, you just need to be human. Which is what makes this concept so terrifying. You can see yourself going down the same path as Harry, first rejecting the pills until your desire to create and your fear of failure push you into taking one. Then, after you have tasted success and true creativity, you are too selfish and afraid to let go, so you would do anything to keep going. The black pill is not the drug. The real drug is success.
There's nothing more addictive than success. You've tasted it now, and you're never going to be able to live without it.
I know.
Obviously, this concept applies to everyone, but the show does seem to indicate that talent and creativity are intertwined, focusing on writers, painters, and musicians, with our protagonist being a screenwriter. If you have not noticed, this is my channel name, which naturally means that I can sympathize with the desire to create, going through writer's block, having no inspiration or motivation, etc., etc. Which is why, perhaps, this concept has stuck out to me as a terrifying test of one's conviction. The very idea of Muse tests your ego and selfishness, challenging your conceptions about yourself as a creative as well as testing your morality. You ask yourself questions such as, am I talented enough to take the pill? Is that even an option for me? And if it is, would I take the risk of a thirst that cannot be quelled just to create the best work I could create? But do I need such a pill to be successful, or am I enough as I am? However, those were not the questions I had originally asked myself. In fact, I would not have thought about it had it not been for my friend that I am watching the show with. As soon as the pills were introduced, before the consequences and the risks were even revealed, my friend just said, "Don't you even think about it." Maybe this is even more proof of the desperation creatives have to create, that even those around us would recognize our hunger. Which leaves me here, asking you what you would do. Would you risk it all and take the black pill, or would you resist temptation? Me? I don't know. Thank you for watching. Keep writing.